Hello, Internet, and welcome to my live reaction for the Cuckoo's Fiance, Chapter 47. When we last left our heroes, Nagi and Sachi went on a grocery shopping trip, where they mostly kind of like traded banter for a little while. But when they got home, Sachi kind of let loose her frustration, on Nagi's distance. I think it was a little bit. I was kind of unsure of what exactly set her off. Um, but it then led to the line, "If I asked you to marry me, would you?" Um, and Nagi did not react as oppositionally to the concept as I hoped. A little bit egged on by Mr. Amino's bullshit. Um, Speaking of Mr. Amino, Sashi is spending more time with Mr. Amino. But anyway, that whole conversation is interrupted by Erika in full like scuba gear, telling them that they're gonna go out scuba diving or something. Um, so yeah, let's jump right on into. Actually, I was gonna say what the chapter title, but our second picture, or page 2 here, with the scan later page, page 1. The second page is, I think this has to do with it being the year of the ox in the Chinese zodiac. I've seen a lot of vague, like cow images popping up, and her jacket there looks jacket and what might be her underwear, maybe, or a thinner. Yeah, I think so. I don't know. Are very like cow speckled, for lack of a better term, and the jug of milk she's holding too. Um, Anyway, that's just kind of the design there. And then we have the actual title, cover page, 47th Foul. It felt like something changed my destiny. And our picture here is of Hiro and like a Playboy bunny getup, holding a Happy Valentine card. Which we're still a good month out from Valentine's. I feel like it's a little early for Valentine's theme covers. But anyway, it's final season, and the course of destiny is revealed. Has Nagi taken a step toward dating Hiro? That is not the vibe I got from last chapter's ending, but okay. And so we open with what I'm guessing are Instagram posts, or potential Instagram posts of Erika at the I think that's the house's pool in her bikini. Two of them of her in the water, and then one of them sitting by the side of the pool. Um, and Nagi, even if he doesn't realize that he's into Hiro, he's still a teenage straight boy, and thinks being a swimsuit photographer is the greatest. And Erika looks at him a little annoyed. Come on, Nagi-kun, quit with the creepy staring. I have no idea what you're talking about. And then Erika looks away. So, what did you want to talk about? Oh, right. When I was talking to your dad, he started talking about how I could, marry Sachi. So we're just kind of diving right into this, eh? I mean, I feel like the manga has to dive into this so that it can move past it. But until it officially moves past it, I'm worried that it won't move past it. Um, Also, it looks like we're just kind of ignoring last chapter's ending. I had figured it was like now they're gonna go scuba diving, and not just a one-off gag. But whatever. Anyway, but how I could marry Sachi. And Erika has him hand over the phone and says, "Well, I'm your fiance and she's my sister. It makes sense." Um, so we see Erika at least is saying in this line that she, fully does not see Sachi as Nagi's sister. I always figured a lot of. always figured that any denial on Erika's part of the two of them being siblings was just like part of the banter. Um, that like she was able to see Sachi as her sister and as Nagi's sister simultaneously. Like Nagi very much sees Sachi as both his and Erika's sister. Um, but if she's being completely honest in this line, then like she doesn't see Sachi as Nagi's sister at all, which is interesting. Anyway, hey, these picks are pretty good. These just might make the cut. And then Nagi, I'm assuming responding to Erika's earlier line, where it says, well, yeah, but no. I was trying to get info about your brother out of him, but once he said that, what exactly was I supposed to say? And Erika responds, it's like I said, right? That's just how Daddy is. I wish he'd keep his nose out of other people's business. And then Nagi continues, well, so I got to thinking. You could marry your brother, right? Okay. Do we need to dive to, like, double dip in the incest pool? Is that where we're going with this, Yoshikawa? Please. Please. And that, like, just stuns Erika out of her little reverie. Did you hear me? Nope. Yes, you did. So I'm glad that, I wish that this kind of immediate rejection was what we gave to Nagi Sachi. But I don't know. Anyway, we then change scenes. Last day of the first term. I've been waiting for this. And he's in school, he's holding the final exam results. Today's the day. And he opens it, and he's first of 243. So yeah, he won that time. It's just about what I expected. He's a little anticlimactic there. The shipper in me wants me to say that's because he's starting to realize his feelings for Erika, but I know that's a stretch. Ever since that day a month and a half ago when I plummeted to 13th, I've been crawling my way out of hell, bit by agonizing bit. I don't think 13th place is hell, Nagi, but okay. It stirred something within me. And we see him with, like, angel wings. I am as the phoenix. Yeah, this is a little much. My arms are not arms, but blazing, glorious wings. Flaming battle standards in the night. What could possibly be out of their reach? My wings burn ever brighter, and carry me ever higher. I am no longer of the land. I fly so high it is beneath my notice. They will tell my story long after I'm gone. The legend of Umino Nagi, the Phoenix. He's just so wrapped up in it. And then we see the Icarus Squad, or I think this is the Icarus Squad, approach him. I'm worried, dear Umino. And then the other guy, you turning things around now isn't very befitting of a romantic comedy. Oh, right, because last time we saw them, was when Sachi was touring the school. And so, because they saw Sachi there, and, you know, his interactions with the three girls, they were like, oh fuck, he's a harem protagonist. And so their vibe, so we see here, though, a reaction to that is that their vibe to Nagi has drastically changed. Anyway, but what about the legend of the Phoenix? And then we see some more guys. What do you get? What do you get? I asked you first. Aren't they betting on me anymore? Oh, yeah, there's those other guys. Yeah. I vaguely remember them. Whatever. I'm riding the wave now. Seigo-san. And then someone who looks a little bit like Shion, but I don't think is Shion, sees him. And with surprise. Anyway, Seigo-san. First place is mine. I'll never relinquish it. And Hiro looks at her second of 243 ranking. And then Umino opens his locker and sees another letter from Hiro. It falls to the ground. He picks it up. Is this it? And then it's in, Hiro's trademark illegible handwriting. So I'll try to make it out. Umino-kun, I'll be waiting for you on the roof after school. Seigo Hiro. And we flash back to the first time Nagi won with Hiro's I will never lose to you. So, are we going to do that again? Well, I wouldn't mind if there's some yelling involved. In fact, I'll be the one to lay down the law. I like the idea that he's like, I remember my favorite part of that chapter is, when Hiro just lays into him, her, never give up mantra, and Nagi's just so into it. He knows what he likes, he knows what he's into, but he fantasizes, I'll never lose to you again. So would you go out with me? And then his fantasy hero is a blushing, you know, blushing violet, is that the phrase, I think? Okay. Obviously. Uh, and yeah, it looks like that guy was Shion, because we see him again. At first, it's kind of in that kind of sketchier art style, for lack of a better term. But then we see him up close, and like that's definitely Asuma. Master, he's going straight for her. And so we come to the roof where Hiro is waiting for Nagi. You came. Yup. First things first. Congratulations on your victory. To go from 13th to 1st is like seeing the phoenix rise from the ashes. So here she's using the exact same metaphor that Nagi was using. Nagi notes that, and he just kind of laughs. Oh, come on. And Shion in the background thinks he's not denying it. Of course, you get me so well, Seiko-san. And then Nagi says out loud, but you know, winning like this, I feel like I can do anything right now. I could climb any mountain. It's like getting a runner's high in a marathon. Yep, I know the feeling. And Nagi continues, so and Asuma opens the door to peek out. I beat you, just like I promised, and I'm going to keep on beating you. So would you go out with me? And he bows as he says that. And Hiro is silent for a moment, and Nagi looks up. Here it comes. And he looks up, and he's stunned by Hiro just standing there, not going into the shouting match he expected. But she just stands there looking at him. No way. He rises up, shocked, mouth drops. Is that a yes? Nope. Shut down, boy. And that shocks him. Do I really need to explain? And Nagi just kind of looks away. But for a moment, it felt like something changed my destiny. Okay. Like I've said, Hiro was kind of one of the big unanswered questions this series has. There's so much about her we don't know. Like, we have this mystery for Fiancee, and how her destiny is tied up with that, and we don't really know anything about it beyond the fact that she has a fiancé. Anyway, it felt like something changed my destiny. I'll see to it. I'll show you it can change. And she, turns away and looks up over the railing. Why does it have to be like this? And then she turns back to Nagi. You know, I wish that you were my fiancé, Umino-kun. Okay. Alright. That's gonna get into his head. You know, I am a well-recorded Nagi-Erika shipper. And so normally, if we had a different set of chapters leading up to this, I'd be like, no, give me some, don't let Hiro get closer to winning. But I am so worn out from Nagi Sachi content. I'll fucking take this. This is a resounding win. And you know, this panel here is like a typical, like the once a chapter Yoshikawa draws a knockout panel. It's just really, like, Yoshikawa is a fantastic artist. And this is her, like, one page a week where she just, like, rubs it in. And we flash back to Hiro saying, I don't plan on losing. And we see Shion in the background openly weeping. This is too much, man. Chicks are such a mystery. And then we come back to the Nagi Erika house. As Nagi kind of like leans on his hand. Ugh, what a day. And Sachi is looking over Erika's test scores, I think. What a day. Holy crap. Erika-chan, you got 167th? And Erika gloats. That's a whole 80 spots higher than last time. And Nagi just glares at her. What a day. Oh no, the second one a day was also Nagi. He's like begging them to ask what's going on. And Erika continues gloating. Right now I feel like I can learn anything. Sort of like a runner's high. And Nagi looks at her and then turns away. What a day! He's so needy. I love it. And Sachi just snaps at him. Ugh, shut up, Nagi. Oh, nothing. Just, no one fucking asked, dude. No one fucking asked. Seikuwa sort of confessed to me today. Uh, and that gets their attention. No, wait, for real? Spill the beans. Oh, what a day. Nagi-kun, this is huge! You're on the track to success! I don't know if... Because we have this kind of outside shot that normally implies time has passed. But we also have the oh, what a day over it. Normally that kind of time-passing panel is dialogueless. So I'm not quite sure if time has passed or not. But I'm going to assume that it hasn't. Nagi-kun, this is huge! You're on the track to success! And Sachi stops her. No, he's not. Don't encourage him. And you're playing too much Momotetsu. And Nagi just kind of smugly gloats. Which I don't know why he's, like, gloating over them is a little much, given that they're not into Hiro. Well, as a matter of fact, she said she wished I was her fiance. How about that? Erika shrieks, Kya! And Sachi bursting his bubble. You probably misunderstood. For one thing, has she ever even, I don't know, said she likes you? Knock him down, Sachi. But Erika responds, no. Coming right out and saying it, it's not very, how you say, chic. And Sachi turns away. I don't think so. Well, you should. Nagi responds, oh, what am I going to do? Just how am I going to make it through summer vacation with these feelings? And Erika slams her hand down. Not to worry. It's summer break. Which means we have plenty of time. We should take what Hiro-chan said and put it to the test. Okay. I'm curious how that's going to work. Let's make this as clear as black and white. Next time Hiro finds out about their living situation. Uh-oh. Does she not know? Because I figured when about the living situation, I mean, because I figured when they told Hiro about the engagement, I figured they kind of would have slipped in, oh yeah, and we live together, by the way. Like living together feels like small potatoes compared to them being engaged. But anyway. Before we dive into the bulk of this chapter, let's get the part I don't really like out of the way first, which should be obvious, is the Nagi-Sachi shit. And it's just kind of, honestly, sort of a weird thing. Like, it's just 3 pages. It really just feels like it's trying to connect us between the 2 storylines, even though, like, those 3 pages are in no way related to anything that happens in the chapter. I don't know. But it's just this kind of, it's one part Erika's flippancy over the idea of Nagi-Sachi. Which I think is supposed to be, like I said, tied to the fact that Sachi sees Erika as her sister and not Nagi's. As opposed to Nagi, who sees Sachi as both of their sisters, like I said. And it could, with just this page alone, be kind of related to Erika's sort of bioessentialist view of family. Family is blood and nothing else really matters, that she tends to take over Sachi. But then we have the scene about, you can marry your brother, right? And we see that she very clearly does not think that from her core. She might, like, say she thinks that, but as soon as it's, like, take that to its logical conclusion, and she's like, no, fuck that shit, peace out, goodbye. Unless we take the bad reading, which I just thought of, and the bad reading is that she's into it, but she can't say it, which would be bad, and I sure fucking hope not. But I'm just projecting my worst case scenarios onto the scene. My larger point being that it's just really fucking weird. And I hope that, honestly, sooner rather than later, we kind of unravel this whole Sachi-related mess. Because it's just weird, and it's bringing down the story around it. After that, though, the chapter is really fun. I mean, I've always been an Erika fan first and foremost, as, I've been saying for like a year now. Which is weird to think the series has been going on for a year already. But anyway, I do, as much as I'm a Nagi Erika shipper, I do enjoy Nagi and Hiro's dynamic. I think there's a lot of fun to be had there. So I'm not opposed to them getting more time together, especially given the next, at least one chapter is going to be a continuation of this storyline, if not more, if not like a whole arc. But yeah, it really is just it's kind of a, trying to find the right phrase for it. It's sort of maybe a setting up of a new status quo now that Nagi is one again. But we do see that, like, Hiro's feelings are growing. Like, I couldn't see chapter 1 Hiro, or when was their first real confrontation was a good bit after that, but I don't remember exactly when it was. But I couldn't see, the hero of that first argument, that first scene on the rooftop, saying, "I wish you were my fiance." Like, that's the kind of thing that's very sort of organically grown over these past almost 50 chapters. It's also the kind of thing that really drives home how fast-paced this series is compared to other harem manga. Like, imagine any other harem manga, a girl saying to the MC, "I wish you were my fiance," at, like, chapter 47. But, like, that's a nice change of pace. Harem manga are infamously slow. And Cuckoo's Fiancé has largely not been slow, for the most part. And then, it still has the great gags that, make the series so much fun. I love Nagi's, like, fucking, epic monologue about the Phoenix. I love the what a day gag. It's so funny. She's just, like, desperate for their attention. And then, yeah, we have this final cliffhanger of we should take what Hiro-chan said and put it to the test. And I have no idea what she plans to do, but I'm certain it'll be a lot of fun. So yeah, in the end, this was a great return to form after, the last 3 chapters of Sachi Nagi nonsense. This chapter was just a damn good time. So I'm going to leave this video off here. Hope you all enjoyed the chapter and the video itself. If you did, feel free to drop me a like or subscribe, or, do whatever makes you happy, And remember, your life is your own, okay? Bye!